This is North Dakota Today.
Good morning, everyone. Thanks for joining us for North Dakota Today. It's jumpsuit day.
It is. We both
didn't realize
jumpsuits. It's so funny.
I'm loving this. Jumpsuit, bare feet, bare ankles, because it was kind of nice out yesterday.
It was so nice out. I loved it. I got outside.
You said what did you do? Go for
We went
bike ride?
for a big bike ride. Well, 10 miles. 10
That's
miles.
a long ways.
Yeah. We just trekked around South Fargo. There's always great trails, and I just love that about, they've really been doing a lot in these new developments and whatnot. So all over in West Fargo too, I'm sure. Anyway, just tons and tons of places to ride. And so anyway, my husband and I went out for a bike ride, enjoyed that because it was super duper nice. And I was commenting, I'm like, oh my gosh, it's grill season. Because you could smell
it.
Everybody, everybody had their grills going. I was getting really hungry. We were not grilling out, but
I love that. I do like the new
nonetheless.
trails and the ride, because I like the bigger trails, the new developments. It is a lot more friendly to riding bikes or, rollerblading or just walking as a family. I've started doing no phone walks with my daughters, so the three of us.
Good idea.
So we do a little bit of that, and we like to have the space to walk 3 in a row. So I know that's probably, annoys other people too when they're trying to.
Well, you just move over when people are coming through. I mean, it's just, easy to do, or walk on the grass, I guess. But I love that idea. And that's a good point about the wide sidewalks, because we rode that way as well. And I know that sometimes you're supposed to ride on, the street. Technically. But there's bike path. It's like a bike path as well. They're doing that for that reason.
I think it's safer if I was out riding bikes with my kids, or
Right.
I wouldn't necessarily want them to be on the street.
No. And actually, Dean told me a little story yesterday about, there's a lot of bikers in town, and road bikers and mountain bikers alike. But anyway, they passed a new little law or something that is where, like, the stop lights and the stop signs, bikers, if there's no cars coming, they don't necessarily have to stop, because we're supposed, typically you would obey your traffic stops and all that. But anyway, because otherwise it's like you go down one of these main drags like University or something like that, you're stopping at every single stoplight possibly. So, and it's hard to do when you're clipped in. That's what I commented on last night. I'm like, I'm gonna wipe out. I'm gonna tip over on my bike.
I didn't know you clip. You're serious riders then. You're clipping in like the road bikes.
Well, I don't know about myself, but my husband is.
He's a serious rider.
So therefore, he gets me all suited up with the serious stuff.
Well, I don't want to rain on anyone's parade, but I do want to remind people that although it was super gorgeous yesterday, today, if we take a look outside, it's pretty quiet, but there's going to be a chance of some rain showers. Today, you can see the clouds are starting to take over as well. And tomorrow is a first alert weather day as well, where we could possibly see a rain-snow mix in the morning, and very cold temperatures as we start off our morning. This is awesome. This is a look too. You can see the radar from our first alert storm team as well. You can see something's brewing. It's down south, but it's moving in. So just, be aware. I know a lot of families, my daughters are like, can we ride our bikes to school? They want it just to be, we kind of got spoiled. No, it's the middle of March, and that's kind of the weird part of right now too, March, because it's sometimes snow, sometimes rain. We need the moisture, but when it rains and it's only like 40 degrees, it's cold.
It's cold, but we do need that rain.
We do need the moisture.
Yeah,
I wanted to talk about this too. So last night, you were talking about, being out for a bike ride. I was cooking last night, so we ordered pizza. And actually, the pizza place called us. Actually, a couple of people in my neighborhood, my friends, had already texted me, and they said, what is going on? We heard there's a shooting. They heard like 9th Street, and I live, not far off Veterans. And then the pizza place called and said, hey, we can't deliver your pizza. There's been a shoot.
Kidding.
So we were kind of all in the mix. And so, of course, I'm a reporter, and I make my husband, take me out. And we're like, well, let's go check it out.
Yeah.
But it was 9th Street West.
Okay.
So that's, if you don't live in West Fargo, so it wasn't Veterans. It was actually like west of Cheyenne. But it's just the crazy world we live in right now. It was a shooting. And I know this is video from last night. It became a huge news story as well. And West Fargo police not releasing a lot of information right now. But I know this happened in the fairly close to Aurora Elementary. So a neighborhood with a lot of kids. And I can say that I have had this confirmed by several friends, several neighbors in that area, that a child was actually struck by a bullet. So at first we were hearing grazed in the head. Now, you know, I mean, what's the difference? I know we were having this discussion in the newsroom. A child was hit by a bullet, and we're still working. Of course, we want to give the family a little privacy. Scary situation, but I know this is everyone scared because everybody was out last night, outside playing, and
exactly.
You know, it's and this is not the first shoot. There was a shooting the day before in West Fargo, you know, and we know about the accidental shooting. Or I don't know if it's accidental, but there was a child who died by a gunshot in Moorhead.
In Moorhead, yes, and I heard that too. My gosh, that's like 2 or 3 in 2 days?
Right. Moorhead, and then West Fargo, and then West Fargo again, and then when you hear innocent child kind of in the mix, we're expecting to hear more today, not only from West Fargo police, probably neighbors. I think one of the gals that was at our Bison Watch party over the weekend lives very close.
Oh, really?
To where this most recent shooting happened, and it's one of those. I guess it doesn't matter where you are, but I just think, West Fargo, and I think, the Eagle Run, that's just residential. It's where, people have their families, and
and there's lots of we were commenting too, there's playgrounds everywhere. So all these new fun playgrounds. So kids are out and playing, which we want them to be.
Yes.
And now you just don't even feel like it's safe.
Right. It has a lot of people really shaken. And I know we have our Valley News Live reporters working on all of these stories. So be sure to stay with Valley News Live, and update at noon. And of course, that VNL News app is great as well for updates. So, and prayers to the family who is in this situation, innocent family as well. So we'll just see what we hear from here, and of course we'll keep you updated. Moving on, though, we do have a really great show planned for you today, and we're going to be talking with one of our favorites, Dr. Hansen from Sanford Health, and we're going to be talking about Live Like Rach, a very important conversation.
Very important topic.
And coming up next, the pandemic. It was a karate chop to the gut for many businesses, and that includes 4-Star Ninja. We're talking to one of the owners about how his business had to almost shut down, but they're now rallying to help keep people active. We're talking to him next.